both for his own music career and for Young Stoner Life, the record label that he established from the ground up in Atlanta, his hometown. Young Thug is at a crossroads, and it's possible that this is a turning moment that will last forever. The rapper, whose full name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, was charged with 56 violations of Georgia's Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations (RICO) Act in the spring of 2022. The charges were brought against him along with 27 of his alleged affiliates. It has been determined by the prosecution that he is the criminal mastermind behind the Young Slime Life gang, which the prosecution asserts was active beginning in 2012. Fans of Thug, an artist who is extremely well known and is considered to be one of the most important rappers of his time, were taken aback by this astonishing turn of events. He might be sentenced up to 40 years in jail. From May of the previous year, Thug has been incarcerated in the Cobb County Jail. Additionally, he has remained there for the past 8 months, while Fulton County Superior Court Judge Ural Glanville continues to conduct extensive juror search, which is expected to make the YSL trial the longest in the history of Georgia. He spent the first 8 months there waiting for the proposed January 9 start date of his court proceedings. Director of the District Attorney's Office for Fulton County, Fanny Willis, is in charge of the prosecution against Thug and his fellow YSL defendants. Willis, who was elected in 2020, has made it clear that she intends to address the higher crime rate in her area on multiple occasions. She made her statement during a news conference that was held to announce the YSL RICO case. "It does not matter what your notoriety is, what your fame is," she remarked. "You are going to become a target and a focus of this district attorney's office if you come to Fulton County, Georgia, and commit crimes. And if those crimes are certainly in furtherance of a street gang, then you are going to become a target." In order to strengthen the argument that YSL is a criminal business, the indictment provides 182 examples of the defendants engaging in activities that are said to be associated with gangs. Due to the fact that social media posts and prison calls are listed alongside song lyrics and appearances in music videos, the YSL RICO case has become a flashpoint in the continuing dispute around the use of rap lyrics in criminal prosecutions against artists. Despite the fact that the trial has not yet begun, the implications of the case have already caused tremors in the music industry. The result that is ultimately reached will have an equally seismic effect, regardless of where the jury decides to find. We have provided an explanation of the most important aspects of this circumstance, which is a convoluted one with a lot of twists. Do you know when the allegations against Young Thug and YSL were initially filed? It was on May 9, 2022 that the RICO indictment against Thug and Young Slime Life was submitted to the Fulton County Superior Court. Fulton County is the county that encompasses the majority of the city of Atlanta. On the same day, Thug was taken into arrest from his residence and booked into the Fulton County Jail. Shortly after that, he was transported to the Cobb County Jail. Evidence was found during a search of his residence, which resulted in 7 further counts of criminal offenses. Can you tell me whether Young Slime Life and Young Stoner Life are any different from one another? It is alleged that Young Slime Life is a criminal street gang with connections to the Bloods. According to the timeline provided by the prosecution, Thug initiated the unofficial Atlanta collective known as Young Slime Life around the year 2012. Thug's record label, Young Stoner Life, is an imprint of 300 Entertainment that was established in the summer of 2016. Among the musicians who are mentioned on the Young Stoner Life website as being signed to the label are Thug, Gunna, Lil Duke, Yak Gotti, and Unfunk. The state of Georgia has named these 5 artists as members of Young Slime Life in the YSL RICO indictment. Thug and his Young Slime Life affiliates are accused of using Young Stoner Life records as a genuine cover-up for their illicit actions, according to the allegations made by District Attorney Willis and her fellow prosecutors. Who exactly is this Fanny Willis? The current District Attorney for Fulton County is Fani Willis, who defeated Paul Howard, who had served as the incumbent for 6 consecutive terms in a historic sweep in the year 2020. Willis, who was working as an assistant district attorney at the time, was one of the primary prosecutors in the RICO trial that took place in 2015, which involved 12 teachers from the Atlanta public school system who were accused of assisting kids in cheating on standardized tests. Willis is also a defense attorney who has worked in the past. In 2019, when she was on a temporary sabbatical from the district attorney's office, she represented YSL Mondo, a former acquaintance of Young Thug, in a case involving serious assault, thereby assisting him in avoiding criminal prosecution. "I done had Ani to nephew. mother-to-son type of talks with her. Mondo stated in a recent interview with Filming Stone. He was referring to the fact that Willis presented a distinct persona when the cameras were not filming. I am aware that this is not who she is. It's politics that's driving this nonsense. She is not the only one pulling the strings. Other people are behind her. Fanny Willis, the district attorney for Fulton County, Georgia, was able to achieve a success on Friday in the trial of the rapper, Young Thug, when a new judge ruled against one of the defendants. In accordance with Georgia's Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, or RICO, the Office of Willis is currently pursuing criminal charges against 27 individuals, including the rapper, whose actual name is Jeffrey Williams, for gang-related offenses. All of the defendants are accused of being members of the gang known as Young Slim Life, which is centered in Atlanta and is commonly referred to as YSL. The allegations are comparable to those that Willis presented against Donald Trump in connection with his meddling in the election, and a number of legal experts believe that the YSL case serves as a cautionary tale about the challenges that the district attorney may encounter in her prosecution of the former president. The attorneys who are defending Kendrick, a rapper who is signed to Williams' label, have expressed their concerns regarding an ex-parte meeting that took place between Willis' office and Judge Ural Glanville, who was presiding over the trial until that point. According to what Whittaker wrote, concerns have been raised over whether or not Glanville revealed his partiality to the state during that meeting. These issues have been mooted by the recusal of that judge from the case. The YSL case has descended into disarray and has attracted the attention of people all throughout the country as a result of the meeting that Glanville, prosecutors, state witness Kenneth Copeland, and his respective counsel were present at. In the end, Glanville decided to withdraw his participation in the case as a result of criticism regarding the meeting. There were concerns that the meeting might have placed the trial out of commission. An earlier statement made by Brian Steele, an attorney who represents Williams, stated that the meeting demonstrated that Glanville had become a member of the prosecution team. This was due to the fact that Glanville had organized a gathering that enabled Willis' team to induce a material witness to testify. A number of moments from the trial have caused eyebrows to be raised, and the meeting is not the only one. During the month of April, Assistant District Attorney Adrienne Love engaged in a heated discussion with Glanville. This occurred when Glanville sided with the defense and ordered that the evidence that Love sought to present would be deleted from future consideration. As Love started to express her dissatisfaction with the decision, Glanville responded by saying, "Well, then you all should have gotten yourselves together beforehand, before instructing the court to call the jury." When the judge turned his attention back to Love, he said, "Please take a seat, madam. Take a seat here. You should not include that, and the next time, you should make sure that you are well prepared." Glanville also issued a warning to the prosecutors a few days after the exchange, stating that their behavior could result in them being arrested. "My colleagues in federal court would probably jail most of you, and for those of you who have practiced in federal court, this is not the way it goes," Glanville explained to reporters. From both the state's and the defense's points of view, everything is filed in advance, the officer said. "The question is, why should you behave any differently in this courtroom?" In the latter part of that month, Love was accused of lying to the judge by a court representative who was defending Williams. If you want to learn more about this case, then stay tuned by subscribing to our channel now. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.